my early recovery when I was in detox, and they used art hours as therapy. A lot of it was, I feel like it's kind of a nonverbal way of healing. You get the opportunity to express yourself in a way where you don't have to necessarily feel comfortable talking about it. So that's kind of like my experience. I know that for me, it definitely relieves like anxiety. So, that's kind of my experience with it. I wasn't necessarily in a program where I was involved in it, daily or anything like that.
Kim, I wanted to just really touch upon what a God box is specifically. I'm not familiar.
Okay, are you how familiar are you with recovery?
Not very familiar.
Okay, so like it's our will versus God's will in a nutshell. And when we get into self-will and we're dealing with something, we're trying to control it, then if we don't give it to God, we spend our whole entire time trying to control it. And that pretty much doesn't work out for us because we've tried to control everything in our lives. So we have to be in action. And when you have something as simple as, okay, well, I need to get out of this pain. Well, I try to get myself out of the pain from my hip, right? So instead of saying, I'm going to find ways to get myself out of this pain, I say, you know what, God, here is my pain. You can do with it what you want. I physically write it down on a piece of paper, and then I put it in a God box, which is the action of turning it over and letting it go. Okay? So, like, this is the God box I just finished, and it says, I got you, love God. And, like, this is all my stuff I put in my God box. So once you put it in your God box, you surrender it to God. So he figures out, it's not my problem anymore. He can figure out how to get me out of pain because I'm giving it to him.
However, like, do you guys have any other like personal stories or anything that like really impacted you? I mean, besides what else we've shared?
I don't know. I think like for me, I personally like just coming from like a background of, art education and going to school for art and stuff. Like one thing I think is really cool, like when I get to see other women like in recovery create and like I get to hear like their message behind like their creation. Like for example, the installation art that Gracie posted the other day, Kim, it was so cool. Like our grand sponsor is also an artist, and she just like she had this installation piece that was just so cool, like, and it was just, I don't know, like I was just blown away, like I've seen her other work, but like this one for some reason like really just like, I don't know, left an impact on me. So I just think it's really cool personally to see like other people in recovery, like their interpretation of art and like their, like what they do. And that's art in general, but like it's kind of cool when it has the recovery twist behind it, I think.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So her installation was it painting or was it
No, some of it was paint, right? But mostly so installation. So she installed it